Hello, Amanda Gregg here, and welcome to your Friday Spark. So excited you joined me for today's video. Usually, these videos are just a really short video that moves you deeper into if you're in class with me, or if you're not in class with me, it also is an opportunity to take a look at a tool and see how it resonates for you and use it as you're exploring yourself and being curious about who you are and how you relate to external circumstances out in your world. So, welcome, welcome. So in one of our Take Flight classes, and maybe you're not in this class, I know I have a couple going on, but in our class last time, we talked about context and content. And I want to go a little bit deeper into this. And no matter if you're in class and you've heard this concept before, or you are not, then that is totally fine. I will try to explain it from the very beginning and also give you another way to look at this. So as we talked about content, what we were talking about is when you have a story or a scenario that is happening for you, these are all the details about that story, about whatever happened, what that person may have said, how it unfolded, and just sort of how that particular circumstance happened. The context is then what happened for you inside of that story. And the context is usually our identifying our patterns and our way that we are within these different stories. Sometimes we can see a pattern in the stories that when this happens, this is how I respond or react. Or we can have several different stories and different opportunities that we're looking at, and then being able to take that from that point and seeing what our context is. And as we start to really look at our context, what we're looking at is internal. So we're looking at both the space that is external to us. So that is the content. So that's what's going on around us externally, the situations that are happening, the people that are responding to us, how we're having relationships, how we are relating and making actions in the world. And then the context is internal to what is inside of us and how we respond and react to that. And in one of our classes, we talked about the responsibility of that. So when you break down that word, it actually is the response to whatever is happening. And that is the context as we look at that for ourselves. So as you're thinking about this more, and as I've stated in our class too, is it's a lot easier to be able to see this when you're in a situation or as you're looking at those different external things in the content, and you can see how you respond or react within the moment. I had a call with a classmate this week, and I was talking about a certain circumstance, and this is just an example that I can give that talks a little bit about how this works. So when I think about when I'm having a conversation with my husband, or it could even be my kids, that there is something that they say either in a tone or that is on the same track of things that they've said in the past that I find that can push my buttons or can start to raise kind of the elevation of my heart rate and knowing that it is something that begins to perhaps get under my skin maybe. And so that is where being able to see what my context is within that story, I can actually stop. And instead of responding or reacting right in that moment, I can actually take a step back and look at this story from a different angle to kind of say, oh, that is one of my patterns. And then as you identify that pattern, what's really fun is then you can start to dig a little bit deeper into that pattern. So as you do that and as you explore, I just invite you to look a little bit closer at this tool, see how it resonates for you, and begin to start working with it. As always, if you have any questions or any thoughts, I would so love to hear from you. You can always email me or text me or find me on Facebook at any time, and I'd love to chat about that. So thanks for being here for the Friday Spark, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend. Bye-bye for now.